Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the cost of living in the Twin Cities, and I got a bunch of local scoop I'm going to share with you, so stop your Googling, we're getting into it right now. Hey, and if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. We put out new content every week, including some nerdy real estate stuff that you'll want to know, but also some fun local things that you can do, including a new vlog we started called Anoka County Eats, and you can check that link in the description below afterwards. And of course, we love getting calls from folks just like you, so feel free to reach out with my information below. Most people watching this are probably thinking about making a move to the Twin Cities, and I'm going to give you specific information if you're thinking Minneapolis, St. Paul, or one of the suburban areas around it. Why don't we start with this very fancy heat map that I drew for you. I couldn't find a decent one online, so today you're going to be stuck with my third grade art skills. But this heat map will show you some of the different price ranges that you're going to find around the Twin Cities. So let's start down in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Minneapolis's median sales price right now is right around $300,000. If you're looking at a condo, that's going to be a little bit lower, around $258,000, whereas a single family might be around $310,000. If you're looking for something more affordable, but you're wanting that downtown area, you could also go to St. Paul, which is actually about $70,000 cheaper on their median sales price. Those green areas are what's going to be a little bit at or under the median price point for the area of $250,000. So if your budget's a little bit more in the median price bracket, you can see in blue there I've got from $250,000 to $500,000. There's plenty of those areas around, especially areas like Midtown or the Hiawatha Minnehaha Falls area are some favorites. You can also head up to Blaine and the Coon Rapids area, get a little bit further out of the metro, and you'll find a ton of great options in that median middle-of-the-road price range. Generally speaking, when you're looking at the Twin Cities, a very good rule of thumb is the northern suburbs are typically a little bit more blue-collar and a little more median price point homes, or if you're looking for something a little higher end, you can go towards the south or to the west, and a lot of the jobs in those areas are generally going to be a little more white-collar. Both of them have great options available for jobs and for housing, but generally the north will be a little less expensive, the south and west will be a little more expensive. If new construction is something that's important to you, you're going to definitely have to look a little bit further out in the suburbs. A couple of areas that are really booming right now or very popular would be Rogers or Otsego area up to the northwest, but you can certainly find plenty of areas outside of the metro. If you're looking for something newer but are really wanting to stay in the metro, we've got a lot of what we call pop-tops happening right now. And that's essentially where somebody comes in, they purchase a home specifically just for the value of the land, but they have to pay for the cost of the home. They'll then rip off the old home and build a brand new McMansion on top of it. We call those pop tops, and generally you're gonna have to have a budget somewhere around the $2 million up mark to be able to make that one happen. But it is an option if you've got the money and you're looking for new construction in the cities. If you've got the budget and you do want to stay closer to the cities, we've got plenty of historic homes available. And generally, if you're looking at the upper brackets, look closer to the lakes. We've got Lake Nokomis, Chain of the Lakes, that will have some really nice older homes and a few modern ones. And over on St. Paul's west side, we've got Summit Avenue, which has really cool historic homes, big mansions that are very, very cool if you've got the budget. Finally, if you've got the budget but you're looking to be a little further out of the cities, a few popular cities that you can consider would be North Oaks, which is a really nice community located on the north side of town, or Eden Prairie, which is down to the southwest, also big booming areas that are a little more upscale but in the suburbs. Of course, in addition to the price of the home, when you're thinking cost of living, you've got to factor in the tax of the property that you're looking at. So I've compiled a really nice list of different cities ranked by their tax rate as well as their median sales price. So if you'd like a copy, you're welcome to shoot me an email and I'll send that to you. My information again is down below. Generally speaking, I tell folks to plan for about 1 to 1.25% of the sales price for their property taxes. So for a home that might be $400,000, that's probably between $4,000 and $5,000 for your property taxes. Now that can vary, of course, but that's a pretty good target range for you to expect. If property taxes are important to you, a few of the lowest areas that are very popular would include areas like Mendota Heights, Ham Lake, or Andover. If you're concerned about avoiding places with high property taxes, a few of the highest were going to be St. Anthony, Brooklyn Center, and Hopkins. Again, back for our folks that are looking specifically for Minneapolis, that area actually does have pretty high property taxes, so just something to be aware of. Just to give you a little perspective on what the differences would be between Minneapolis and a different city, let's take Minneapolis and Coon Rapids, for example. You'll see here, Minneapolis has got a tax rate of 1.45% right now. So on a $350,000 home, that's going to cost you about $5,073 per year. Whereas in Coon Rapids, their tax rate is a little bit lower. So for that same $350,000 home, that's going to cost you about $4,014 per year. That's a savings of about $88 per month every month between the two cities. So if you like the commute, you could stay closer to Minneapolis and just be aware you might have higher property taxes. But if you are willing to move a little bit out into the suburbs, it can save you big time. Finally, let's round out our discussion on the cost of living with the income and the other expenses that you should expect when living in the Twin Cities. Generally, we're pretty on par with the national average. Our home prices are a little bit higher than the national average. Our other costs of living, however, like utilities and groceries, is a little bit lower. And what's nice is our job median income is actually a little bit higher. So it generally balances out. I don't see the Twin Cities as being very dramatically different than the national average for other big cities. If you're thinking about making a move to the Twin Cities, I've also put together this video right here with all of my most and least favorite things about living in the Twin Cities. So make sure you check that one out next. Did you subscribe? Make sure you did that down below and leave me a comment. Would love to hear from you. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon.